Okay, see here, if if A will be occur between these A and B, then it will be invalid, because we can have the condition ends with C A B. If here we can give the self loop of A, then it ends with A B, which is invalid. So we can give this A to where? Okay, if I will give you A here, then it will be AAB. Okay, I want string ends with CAB, then I can give A here. A C A B. If B is occur, B already given. Then if C is occur, then what will we do here? If C is given occur here, then we can give C here, because see here C A B. I can give C also here, but this is the maximum path. We can choose the shortest path, which is here. Okay, C A B. Understand? Next, ends with what? C A B. If A will be occur here, then what we do? If A will be occur, we can have C A B for validate the string. Then how can it will be valid? If I can give C, what can I do? Here A. If I can give A here, then it will be ends with AB. I can give A here, then it will again ends with AB. I can have string ends with CAB. Then I can give A here. How it is? A C A B. Okay. If B will be occur, then here we can give B ends with BB. If I can give here B, then it can ends with BAB, which is also wrong. So I can give B here. B C A B. Then if C will be occur after that B, then what I do? Okay, I can give C here, then it will be ends with CB, which is not valid. Then if I can give C here, then C A B, it is also valid. C A B. Okay. Now here we can check the given DFA is fulfilled or not. Q0 ABC, Q1 A B C, Q2 A B C, Q3 A B C. Okay. Now see next example. Next example will be starts with, ends with. Construct a DFA for language L which consists of a string starts with A and ends with B over the alphabet A comma B. Now see here the language. String starts with A. If I can write only A here, which is invalid, because the and will be there. And means what? And means what? These two conditions must be true. Okay. Then the minimum string will be AB, because string starts with A, ends with B. Starts with A, ends with B. Number of A will be occurs in between A and B. Number of B's occurs in between A and B. Then AA, BB, AB, ABA, B, and so on. Okay. Minimum string will be AB. Then the length of a minimum string is 2. 2 plus 1, 3. Therefore, there are number of states will be 3. Q0, Q1, Q2, which is the final state. Start A and B. Okay. Now see here. String starts with A. Starts with contains the extra state, that is the dead state. If string starts with B, then it is invalid. Then we can use the dead state here. Okay. A comma B. This is the starts with part. Now see here, after that, the left side of a Q1, that is the starts with, and the right side of a Q1 will be ends with. Okay. Now see here, we cannot interfere between these two sides. Now see here, ends with what? B. Ends with B, then here I can give a self loop because string ends with B. Now see here, in between A and B, there will be number of A's and number of B's will be occur. Okay, B is already given, so I can give here A. Okay. Now see, if string ends with B, then we can give a self loop of a B. After that, if A will be occur, then we can give or we can goes back. Okay, then we can give the A here. Okay, B, A, B. B, A, B. Okay, we can get the final step. That is the transition diagram of string starts with A and ends with B. Okay, next example will be string starts with 0, ends with 2, over the alphabet 0, 1, 2. Okay, now see here, language. String starts with 0 and ends with 2, therefore minimum string will be 0, 2. See here, starts with 0, ends with 2, between 0 and 2, number of zeros will be occur, number of ones will be occur, number of twos will be occur. And so on. Okay, now see here the transition diagram, Q0, Q1, Q2, which is the final state. Here we can start the transition diagram. Then string starts with 0, ends with 2. Now see here, if string starts with 1, okay, we can give the input to the dead state. If string starts with 2, it is also given to the dead state, 0, 1, 2. Now see here, if string ends with 2, only 2, that's why here we can use self loop of a 2. We cannot write here 0, 1, 2 because the string ends with only 2, not a 0, 1, 2. Now see here, if the 1 is occurs between these two, it will be valid. Number of ones occur, number of twos or number of zeros will be occur between the starts with 0 and ends with 2. Okay, but 2 will be given, that's why remaining will be 0 and 1 right here. After that, if these two 0 will be occur, then what can I do? We can write 0 here. We cannot interfere between the starts with step. Okay, we can give 0 here. 0 ends with 2. If 1 will be occur here, 1 ends with 2. That is the transition diagram of a string starts with 0 as well as ends with 2. Next example will be starts with AA, ends with B. Starts with AA, ends with B over the alphabet A, comma B. Over the alphabet A, comma B. Now see here, the language will be starts with AA, ends with B. Okay, starts with AA, number of A will be occurs between these two conditions, starts with and ends with AA, B, AA, C. Sorry, C is not given in the input alphabet. That's why we can not include the C in the language or in the string. Okay. And so on. Okay, now see here, the minimum string has the length 3, 3 plus 1 is equal to 4, therefore the total number of states present in the transition diagram will be 4. See here, Q0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now see here, it will be starts with, okay, A and B. Now see here, if string starts with B, then it can be given to the dead state. Okay. Now see here again, if string starts with what? AA, then we cannot include B and A here. A is already given, but if the B will be occurs between these two A, then it will be invalid. That's why here we can give B also, and the self loop of A comma B. Now see here, if string starts with A will be completed. Now we can complete the string ends with B. Ends with B. That's why here we can write the self loop of a B. If A will be occur after this B, then what can I do? I cannot give the B here. Okay. Now see here, we can give B here. A here. A, B. Now the diagram is fulfilled or not. How to check? Q0, A, B, Q1, A, B, Q epsilon, A, B, Q3. Okay, Q3, Q4, A, B, Q3. What will be remaining? A is remaining. Okay, then starts with AA and ends with B. There will be number of A's, number of B's will be occur. That's why here I can give the self loop of A because B is given here. That's why here we cannot give the self loop of a B. Only we can give the self loop of a A. Okay. This is the transition diagram of a string. Starts with AA, ends with B. Next example is that string starts with AA, ends with 2. String starts with 1 1, ends with 2. Over the alphabet 0, 1, 2. Now we can write here the language. Okay, starts with 1, ends with 2. Starts with 1, here we can give 0 also. Starts with 1, starts with 1, starts with 1, ends with 2, starts with 1, ends with 2, starts with 1, ends with 2, and so on. Okay, see here. How many states are present in the transition diagram? 4. Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. Q3 will be our final state. Now see here, we can start the DFA 1, 1 and 2. Okay, if string starts with 0, then it is invalid. If string starts with 2, then it is also invalid. 1, if string starts with 1, it will be valid. After that, if the 0 will be occur between these two, which is invalid. Okay, that's why here we can write 0. If 2 will be occur between these two, it is also invalid, and 1, if 1 is occur, which is already given. Okay, now see here, string ends with 2, then I can write the self loop of a 2. After that, if 0 will be occur after these two, then we can write 0 here because we can validate this string by ending with 2. 2, 0, 2. 2, 1, 2. Okay. Now see here, if the 0 and 1 will be occurs between these starts with and ends with, the 0 or 1 will be occurs between these starts with and ends with, then we can use this self loop here. We can also use the self loop of a 2, but 2 will be already given. That's why here we can use the self loop of a 0, 1. That is the transition diagram of a string. Starts with a 1, 1 and ends with 2. Next example. String starts with A, ends with BB. String starts with A, ends with BB over the alphabet A, B. ends with B over the alphabet A comma B. Now see here, the language will be starts with A, ends with BB. Sorry, starts with what? A and ends with double B. Okay, now see here, starts with A, ends with BB. Starts with A, ends with BB. Number of N will be occur between these two. Number of B's will be occurs. A, B, and so on. Okay, now see here, the transition diagram will be Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. Now, see here, this will be the initial state. Here we can write start A, B and B. Now, see here, string starts with A. If string starts with B, then it is invalid. Okay, A comma B. Now see here, this is the start part and ends with two symbols. Okay, now see here, if first we have to see the ends with part. From here it will be ends with. Then if A will be occur here, if I can give the A here, then string ends with AB, which is invalid. Then what can I do? Where I can give the A. Okay, where I can give A? See here, we can give A here. A, B, B. Okay, we can get the final state. If B will be occur, then B is already given. We cannot give here the self loop of a B, because we can see here, we can give only one input symbol on the state. Okay, we can give only once. म्हणजेच काय, आपण एका स्टेटवर एकदाच एक इनपुट सिम्बॉल देऊ शकतो. ओके, ए बी. देन आफ्टर दिस बी, स्ट्रिंग एंड्स विथ बी बी आहे. ओके, सपोज these are two B's and after that number of B will be occur, then it will be again ends with BB. That's why here I can give the self loop of a B. If A will be occur after this B, A will be occur, then how to validate the string? By ending BB. How? B, then A will be occur here, then I can give A here, then it ends with AB. Okay, which is invalid. We can give A here. Now see here, B, A, B, B. I can get the final state. Okay, now check the all the states are fulfilled with the alphabet or not. Q0, AB, Q epsilon, AB, Q1, Q1. Okay. Now see here, one condition will be remaining, that is string starts with A and ends with BB. Starts with A and ends with B. There are number of A's and number of B's will be occurs between starts and ends with. That's why here we can give a self loop of A comma B. But B will be already given. That's why here we can give only self loop of A. See here. Okay, समजते का? Starts with A and ends with double B. Between these two conditions, number of A's, number of B's will be occur. Then we can write here self loop of A and B. But B is already given. That's why here we can write only the self loop of A. Now see, check here. Q0, AB, Q1, AB, Q2, A, B, Q3, A, B. Okay, this is the transition diagram of a string starts with A, ends with BB. Next, starts with 0, ends with 1, 2. Starts with 0 and ends with 1, 2 over the alphabet 0, 1, 2. See here, language. String starts with 0, ends with 1, 2. That is the minimum string. Now see here, starts with 0, ends with 1, 2. 0 will be occur, 1 will be occur, 2 will be occur. 0, 1, 2, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 0, 2, 2, 1, 2 and so on. Okay. Now see here, transition diagram has the states 4. because the length of a minimum string will be 3 and plus 1, that is equal to 4. Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3 will be our final state. Now see, start 0, 1, 2. Now see here, if string starts with 1, we can give to the dead state 0, 1, 2. Okay. Next, ends with what? 1, 2. If 1 will be occur here, then it is also valid because ends with 1, 2. Number of ones after this one, number of ones will be occur. Then string also ends with 1, 2. That's why here we can give the self loop of a 1. If now see here, string ends with 1, 2. We cannot give here the self loop of a 2 because string ends with 1, 2, not a 2, only 2. Okay. See here, if 0 will be occur here. Okay. Now see here, first string ends with 1, 2. If 1 will be occur, then we can give a self loop. If 0 will be occur between these two, which is not a valid, then we can give 0 here. 0, 1, 2. 1 will be occur 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. Okay. Then if 0 will be occur after these two, then what can I do? 0. If here we can give 0, then it will be ends with 0, 2, which is not valid. Then I can give 0 here. 0, 1, 2. If 1 will be occur, then I can give 1 here because 1, 2 shortest path and 2 will be occur. Then what can I do? Where we do give 2. If here I can give 2, then it ends with 2, 2. So I can give 2 here. 2, 1, 2. Okay. Now see here, this starts with and ends with, between these two conditions there will be number of zeros, number of ones and number of twos. So here we can give the self loop of a 0, 1, 2, but 1 is already given. That's why here we can give the self loop of a 0, 2. Now check Q0, 0, 1, 2, Q epsilon 0, 1, 2, Q1 0, 1, 2, Q2 0, 1, 2, Q3 0, 1, 2. Okay, this is the transition diagram. Next example. Starts with AB, ends with AA. Starts with AB, ends with AA over the alphabet A, B. Starts with AA, ends with, starts with AB, ends with AA. Okay. See here, language will be, starts with AA. AB starts with AB, ends with AA. Okay. Then starts with AB, ends with AA. Number of A will be here AB, AA, B will be there, AB, AA, AA will be there, AB, AA, number of BB will be there, and so on. Okay. Now see here, minimum string has the length 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Therefore, transition diagram contains total 5 number of states. See here, Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4 will be the last final state, not a last state. Start A, B, ends with A. Okay. See here, starts with what? AB. Then if string starts with B, then it will be invalid string. Okay. Then if A will be occurred between AB, which is invalid because string starts with AB, which is not valid. Okay. Then we can give here A. B is already given. Now see here, ends with, this is this part of a starts with. Here this right hand side of Q2 contains the ends with. Now string ends with AA. after these two number of A's will be occur, then it will be also ends with double A. That's why here we can give a self loop of a. Now see here, if A is already given, if B is occurs between these two A, I can give here self loop of a B. Then string ends with BA. String ends with BA, which is invalid. Okay, so the B will be gives here BAA. We can get the final state. Again, see here, after this A, B will be occur. Then what can I do? B will be gives here BA, ends with BA होते. आपल्याला condition काय पाहिजे? Ends with AA. Then what can I do? I can give the A here. B. BAA. Okay, now check the condition. Again, this DFA is not fulfilled because the string starts with and ends with. Between these two conditions, there are number of A's and number of B's will be there. This is the part of a starts with and this is the part of a ends with. Between these, number of A's will be occur, number of B's will be occur. That's why here we can write the self loop of a B because A is already given. Okay, see here. Q0 AB, Q1 AB, Q epsilon AB, Q2 AB, Q3 AB, Q4 AB. Okay. Next example. Last example is that string starts with 2, string starts with 2, ends with 1 over the alphabet 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. Here we can write the first language. Okay, what is the language? String starts with 2, ends with 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and so on. Okay, how many number of states will be present here? 5, because the length of a minimum string will be 4. 4 plus 1, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 2 here, 3 here, and 4 will be the final state. Start 2, 1, 1. Now see here, string. If string starts with 0 or 1, it will be invalid. Okay. After that, if 0 or 1 will be occurs between these two, which is also invalid. 0 and 1 because 2 is already given. This is the starts with. Then we can see here the ends with. Ends with 1, 1. After this 1, 1, number of ones will be occur, then string also ends with 1, 1. That's why here we can write the self loop of a 1. If 0 will be occur between these two, which is not valid, so how to validate the string? By ending 1, 1. If 0 will be occur, then give 0 here because see here, string ends with 0, 1, 1. If 2 will be occur, then again we can give here 2, 1, 1. Okay. After that, if 0 will be occur after this one, then what can I do? If I can write 0 here, then it will be ends with 0, 1. We can have this condition is string ends with 1, 1. Okay. Then what can I do? I can give 0 here. 0, 1, 1. If 2 will be, 1 is already given. If 2 will be occur, then again 2, 1, 1. Okay. Now see here. This is the starts part, this is the ends with. Okay. This is starts with, this is ends with. Between these two, number of zeros will be occur, number of ones will be occur, number of twos will be occur. Okay. So 1 is already given. That's why here we can give the self loop of a 0 and 2. Okay. Now see here we can check this string. Starts with 2, 2, 0, 0, 1, 1. We can get the final state. This is the DFA which contains the string starts with 2, 2, ends with 1, 1. Okay. Thank you.